Welcome to another week's episode of Buffs Beat Weekly. I'm your host, Nick Ferguson, and as always, that's Jordan Domineck. And Jordan, let's go ahead and kick things off. Last Saturday was Seniors Day, and your mother and your father and your family were there. What was that like for you?
It was a really special moment for me, to be able to finally just have everybody there on like one actual game, like where the whole family was there, mom, dad, sister, brother, girlfriend, just everybody, and just be able to be on the field together, be at a game together, get that special moment of, hey, this is my final home game of my college career. And I'm so happy I was able to spend it at Folsom. I was so happy for all the memories I made. It was just, an amazing experience. And just having the people that I care about most there to share it with was just a real genuine moment for me. And I just loved it.
So, yeah, the last home game for the CU Buffs at Folsom Field did not go according to plan as though any of us had expected. But I got some numbers here, man, and I wanted to go over them. When I look at the season results, obviously, once again, not what everyone expected. But when you look at how you guys are losing games, like the UCLA game, you lost by 12 points, Oregon State by 7, and look at Arizona this past Saturday by 4 points. To know that you guys are so close to winning so many games, man, how does that impact you guys from a confidence level in that locker room?
We just understand, like, we know what we can be. We know who we can do, what we can do, who we are, the way we play, the way that if we go out there and play together, we communicate well, we do our assignments and do our jobs at the highest level that we're able to. We show that we can be a really dominant football team in the college landscape. And just being able to see that, we understand, like, it might not be going our way right now, but hey, we can't lose faith. We can't lose hope. We got to stick with it. We got to go in. We got to finish games. We just got to learn how to finish strong. There's just certain situations that we put ourselves in with penalties, with, just backing us up, whether we're on offense or defense, giving the ball up, not making our assignments, not doing our jobs. And, but we see what it is. Like, we understand, hey, we're like one or two plays away from, blowing teams out of the water, finishing games. And we understand that. We know that it's a process and it's hard to win college football games, but we know the talent that we have. And it's not so much as a confidence thing for us now. It's more so putting the final pieces in place and finally finishing and showing the kind of football that we play, the full 60 minutes, not just, 45, not just 59, the whole 60 minutes, and we put a full game together.
Now, the season, once again, has been, disappointing, and the last couple of games, you guys have dropped those games, but what is it that gives you guys hope that with 2 games remaining, you guys can go up to Washington State and come away with the win?
There's so much that goes into it, and so many people are truly coming into practice, whether it be from walk-ons to scout team to, starters on the defensive and offensive roles, as starters on special teams. Everybody's still bought in. The program hasn't lost focus. We're not, we're done for, like, it's over with. No, we still have the same confidence and swagger we started out the season with. And shoot, at the end of the day, we know, hey, this is a rebuild process. A lot of people thought we were going to, go 1 and whatever, 2 and whatever. No, we came in, we played, and we still have a lot of football left to play. The leadership from the seniors, I believe, that's what's really driving it home for us too as well. And making sure everybody comes in with Taj Austin, Zay, the wide receiver Zay, my boy Xavier Weaver, just all the seniors out there, whether they be on scout team, whether they're starting, whether whatever, they feel like they lead the way, and they make sure that everybody's still bought in, still at least doing it for somebody next to you, doing it for somebody that even if you can't muster it to do it yourself, you're going to do it for that person next to you because they put in so much blood, sweat, and tears as well that it's like it feels unfair of you to not give it your all. So I feel like that's what we really had to come forward and understand, and a lot of people have bought into that faith, and I love it.
So what does it say, when Coach Prime makes a move and on senior day, he dresses everyone? He's paying homage to all those individuals that you talked about, yourself, the seniors, but more importantly, those blue-collar individuals that most people don't hear about because they are players on the scout team. What does that mean for you guys, knowing as though your head coach decided to do that for that guy, for those guys, and allow them to dress?
I feel like it's special. I feel like a lot of people truly appreciated that, especially people that don't usually dress or don't really get the chance to dress. I feel like a lot of people love that. It was senior day. It was a great day. It was a way to not just honor those people that don't really get to dress, but as well as honor the seniors by having everybody that was there beside them to put their hard work and dedication there for them to, be a part of that senior day as well and be a part of their story and that journey. So I really do feel like a lot of people, truly appreciated the gesture and they love it. And at the end of the day, like they know, hey, I came here to play football. This is what I came here to do. This is what I'm doing. I'm working and I'm seeing that a lot of my work pays off, even if it's not with my name being called up every time on the big screen. Hey, I'm still giving it my all. I'm still getting recognition. I'm still, a part of this program. I still matter. And I feel like a lot of people feel like that.
So let's get into this week's opponent, Washington State Cougars. Just like you guys, they started off red hot. They started off 4-0. You guys started off 3-0. They have dropped the past couple of games, 5 games, I believe, and now you're both sitting at 1-6 in the Pac-12, 4-6 on the season. Both teams desperately needing the 2 required wins to try to make it to a bowl game. Once again, another key game you guys are going to be faced with this week. So as you guys work your week of preparation, what was kind of the thoughts that went into this week's game?
A lot of the thoughts weren't even about bowl game. Hey, we're not trying to win to go to a bowl game. We're not doing that. We're going to win because that's what we are. That's what we want to be. We want to be winners. And a lot of us have grown to be winners. A lot of people have won in certain instances, from wherever they were at before, from Little League on up. So it's really just not even worrying about bowl placement and bowl eligibility. It's about, can you be better than we were last week? Can you go out there and finish? The emphasis on this week was finish. We've shown that we can put a full game together, but in the crunch time, in the key moments, we're not finishing. We show that we can get to the ball and we can wrap them up, but in the crunch time, we're not finishing in the tackle. So that was our key emphasis this week, is to make sure that we finish, whether it be finishing a tackle, finishing a block, whether it be finishing a run, finishing a catch, whether it be even just finishing the season. Like, it's so many different ways that we're taking finishing, but that's our main goal and our main focus. And with that emphasis on it, we understand, hey, this is an urgency. This is a crunch time. It's not over. Like, the game is not over. The season is not over. We're not done. We still have a lot more to play. And we have 2, if not 3 more games to play, And a lot of people really heard that and adhere to that.
Now, understanding that there have been some issues on both sides of the ball all season long, how, with 2 games remaining, how can you guys kind of right the ship and fix some of those issues?
We understand that communication is key for us, and that is our biggest factor right now in really deciphering whether we're, an amazing team, a dominant team, or, a regular team, like an average team. That's the main thing that we need to focus on, because we have physicality. We make TFLs. We get sacks. We throw the ball down the field. We can get touchdowns. We run the ball. Our offensive line has shown that they can be dominant, and they showed a lot last weekend, and I'm super proud of them, the work that they put in. And just everything. We've shown that we can be a truly dominant football team. Now we just need to show that we can, show that we're camaraderie. We're linked in. We can communicate and know that, hey, if I say something, he's going to listen. If he says something, he's going to listen. We can communicate and work the call down the line so everybody knows exactly what to do.
Now, speaking of, staying cohesive as a team and everyone knowing what they have to do, that is something that's going to be required this week against another talented quarterback. You guys faced Noah Fafita last week, who played for Arizona. This week is now Cameron Ward. When you look at his numbers, 99 carries. He has the most carries on his team, and he's the starting quarterback. He's been sacked 31 times this season, 6 last week against Cal. How do you guys begin to find ways to slow down this very talented quarterback, Cameron Ward?
He's an extremely talented athlete. Watching him on film, you can see he's really explosive, and he's smart with the football. He knows what he's doing. He's a real game changer. So for us, our main thing is to focus on containment and making sure that we get into his throwing lanes. We have to make sure as a defensive front, we're getting pressure on the quarterback so that our back end doesn't have to cover so much. We're making sure that we get pressure, whether it be bring 3-man, 4-man, 5-man, while also making sure that we communicate well on the back end so we know exactly what defensive back end we know what we're playing, whether it be 2, whether it be 7, 8, 6, whatever defense we might be in. We just got to make sure we communicate well. And for the runs, we also have to make sure we have great containment and not just containing the quarterback on the outside, but also making sure we have great rush lanes when we do rush so the quarterback can't get out of the pocket and just run. We have to make sure we're pushing the pocket and we rush together as a unit up front while the back end plays as a unit in covering the wide receivers. Knowing this, our main focus on containment and just being able to stop him from, being the true ball player that he is, we're just going to have to make sure we know our jobs, play our scheme, and play with relentless effort because they know, hey, this is our last chance too. Like, we have to win these next 2 games the same as we do. We're all in the same situation, and one team has to want it more, and I feel like we really want it more.
Now, I have to read something to you, and I want to make sure I read it because I don't want to mix up anything or misquote Coach Prime. Coach Prime asked for forgiveness for the UCLA recruits who were, I don't want to say they were charged, but they are people of interest when it comes to the incident that took place as far as the theft from the players and the coaches. And here's what Coach Prime had to say. Let's make sure that those kids atone for what they did. Make sure that they don't lose an opportunity to change their lives. To know that now they kind of located the 4 individuals, but to know that they were UCLA recruits. But more importantly, to hear Coach Prime say that about 4 recruits that he's not tied to, but to know that there was some kind of hardship that they put on you guys because they stole items. To know that your coach said that he wanted forgiveness for these 4 high school individuals. First, what does that say about him? And then 2, how does your team feel about the 4 guys now being found and some of the merchandise being returned?
So as a coach, you see the leadership qualities that he has. He doesn't want anybody to, throw their life away off of one bad decision. And I applaud him for it, honestly. I love that. I love the forgiveness that he has, and I love the compassion in his heart for the athletes out there. Yeah, some people can make bad decisions, but they have a way of changing their life around, and they're able to turn it around. And I think Coach Prime sees that, and he definitely wants the best for anybody, even if they might have wronged him. He's not a, vengeful person. He's not a spiteful person. If you might have wronged him, he's just going to turn the other cheek, say, bless you, brother, and keep it pushing, and I love that about him. I feel like the team, we haven't really talked too much about, the chains and everything. A lot of people, it's gotten past it. A few people that did have their chains, they got them returned, and they're grateful and thankful and everything, and I love it. My chain didn't get returned because I probably, I didn't really take the time to do the police report and all that. I'm not too worried about the chain. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a piece of metal. I love it, and I adore it, but hey, if somebody else needs it more, it's not something that is worth, if somebody comes and steals it, that's like, okay, that's God telling me you don't need this chain, not even you don't need this chain, but hey, it's, that might not be your main focus right now. If you get another one, great, but somebody might have needed it more. They might have needed to pawn it off and get some money to feed their family or something. So you never know at the end of the day. And I feel like Coach Prime also sees it from that point of view as well, that, hey, these kids, they might be just, whatever, just doing it for the thrill, or they might have actual agendas behind it where they might have to actually sell those and get money for their family and their food and everything to provide. So you never know what somebody's going through, and I can never really judge. I might be upset that my, chain got stolen, and a bunch of other people were too, but it's not a huge thing for me personally. A lot of people are grateful, as I said, that they did get their chains back. I know D-Mac was over there yelling Mackington every 10 seconds, because he got his chain, but I'm loving it. But yeah, I'm so grateful, and it's just amazing to be able to play for a coach that's truly compassionate about the things that he's compassionate about and not really trying to throw people's lives away over a silly mistake.
I have to tell you, man, I was impressed with you upon our first meeting. And, as we do these episodes, man, I'm more impressed with the young man that you've become and the worldly wisdom that you just imparted on the listening audience, because usually that's not how individuals respond when someone has wronged them. So Coach Prime has definitely had an impact on you. Your parents have definitely had an impact on you, and you should be honored to be the young man that you are. And I'll say this personally: I am honored that I've had an opportunity to get to know you and continue to push forward that positive message throughout your life and with your teammates, man. Because I mean, the world is ahead of you, man. You're bright, and every time you speak, there's something great that comes away from you. I take something away from our conversations every week, and I just wanted to personally let you know that.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it, man. Like, I feel like I've grown just by knowing you, and just like being able to introduce you to my parents. You see how well I would, like, not even how, I'm not trying to brag, but my parents are some upstanding citizens. And you see the way I was raised, and just, I can remember when I first came into college, I wasn't like this at all. I was those arrogant hotheads coming in thinking he's the poop that come out and everything. But nah, I'm not. It took me a while to get like this, but just being able to put myself in the positions of just being under Coach Prime and under Coach Nick and all the coaches that we have, and just everybody that's truly helped me and support me along the way, including yourself. I really appreciate it. Like, thank you. Those words mean a lot to me, and I'm truly grateful.
Well, you're a bright young man, and you have a bright future in football or whatever you do. And I think it's all important to always, when you meet someone, to let them know and validate them for the things that they've done, because once again, your future is bright, and you can achieve anything you want to. And the one thing that I know that both you, Coach Prime, and your teammates want to achieve is a win this weekend on Friday against Washington State University. So with that said, I wish you guys safe travels and good luck, and go get that dub.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And as always, go Buffs.
Go Buffs.